Michael. La lady?
No. We had Bopinita yesterday.
No. You just said I'll go to the lady if you want.
Oh, but it's hot out.
Simple. Here.
Here?
Tienes que decir, Charlie, you got to say, hi, my name is.
What? My name is what? Chicky Slim Shady acá.
No, Charlie Saran.
Okay. Hey, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
This is Michael Dupuy.
Fine. Hi, this is Charlie. Nice to meet you.
AKA Slim Shady.
Slim Shady. He's head of PR and communications for the Wine Flavor.
Okay.
Can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, my name is Jose Carlos Astiazaran, and I am the general director here at Global Med.
Okay, and Mr. Jorge Garza.
Hi, this is George. This is Jorge. I'm a weather forecaster for Global Med.
A weather forecaster. That is awesome.
Great to meet you guys.
He's now at home, so he's not at the office right now. So
you still got COVID going on there?
Not anymore.
Okay, so let's make it short and sweet. Welcome. We want to take this opportunity to introduce what is it that Global Med does and why, we find ourselves getting a lot of questions. We work in farming, and the marketplace is always following up on what's coming on weather in the growing area, specifically right now on table grapes. And a lot of times you go into the weather app and you see, hey, today there's a 30% chance of a thunderstorm.
Right.
And you look up in the vineyard and it's like there's not a single cloud in the sky, and you look 360 degrees and you can't find a single cloud. But and what Jubera told me today is Jubera, who works at Global Med, and we've known for a lot of years. He says that the weather app is not only wrong, it's getting worse. The Apple weather app, no? And that's sadly the one that people are used to seeing. Me personally, I live in San Diego, and every time I see a weather coming in, if the weather app says it's going to rain in 6 days, it rains in 6 days. Like that weather app in San Diego, it's always right on point. So my question is, why is it so wrong in Hermosillo? Is it an international thing, or is it the desert is harder to predict?
First of all, I would like to talk about our company, Global Med. We started.
You're gonna sell your company. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about my company. Sure. We started about 14 years ago, working with farmers here in Sonora, and we have become a company who is dedicated to the calculation and monitoring of the weather state, and I think we have managed a positive impact on farmers by anticipating the weather conditions. And when we talk about rain is important for farmers, but I think the most interesting thing is to collect the past and the future data to save money and decision making. And more than sending alerts if it's going to rain or not, I think we have become a data center where people and farmers mostly take good decisions. So talking about why in Mexico we don't have good information is because we don't have a lot of weather stations around the country. And if you see the map, Mexico has, I don't know, the 5% of the weather stations that the United States have. So
that's in density per se. In density.
Right.
Okay, the intensity. So Jorge, I don't know if you want to talk more about the question that Carlos Bon has.
Right. Yeah, sure. Actually, is because there is a big lack of information. Mexico is a really big country, and there's some areas like Sonora State, which is like really, really big state, and there is just people living in the middle of the state, and everything out there is like desert. So there's no weather stations. There is a lack of information. The Mexican Weather Service, is lacking of many things: radars, weather stations, people that can provide live information from every specific point of the state, in this case, Sonora. So that's why we need to improve um, the the uh, the materials we can have in Mexico overall, so we can improve the weather forecasting. Also, we need more people that can be working on in real time, because we actually the looking for satellites is not helping anymore. So we need to look to the past, we need to see the present, and we have to have a big window to the future so we can improve our weather forecasting. But yeah, actually, in general, is like lacking of equipment that can help us to improve the weather forecast.
And why does Global Met? So Global Met has the equipment. I know the answer, but what? So you have the equipment on site, and that is what allows you to be more accurate. It's still weather prediction. We're still wrong a percentage of the time. There's a margin of error, but you're closer, and it's very clear for us than AccuWeather or the weather app or the Weather Channel. And it's because you have. It's not because you're prettier. It's because you have better resources. Correct?
Right, that's correct. So for this many years, we are working on this, having all the equipment, as I said, and having a big team in the weather forecasting area that help that has been helping us a lot to improve those small gaps or those big gaps of lack of information. So being right there at the moment, right on what answering your questions, that is like trying to fill those spaces that the Mexican government or National Weather Service is not doing anymore.
Okay. So just to summarize, because I know this for a fact, because you provide weather stations that you sell, that's also a part of your company, to farming companies to be able to predict the weather patterns on that particular coordinate on that particular ranch. In our case, we have a lot of ranches. You don't tell us what the average temperature is going to be in the around the city of Hermosillo. You tell us this is Pozo Manuel, this is La Casita, this is Don Enrique, and it varies a little bit. Same with rains, north of Hermosillo gets rain before the coast of Hermosillo does, and Caborcas even later. So you're very good at predicting that because you have the weather stations, the people, the resources that are keeping track of that. And that is what allows you to be a little bit more accurate or plenty more accurate than this public service weather predictors. Correct?
I think
that's right.
I think that what we have created in the last 13 years is an algorithm, a very interesting algorithm with machine learning, with artificial intelligence, where we take the information from the past, analyzing 10 years. For example, in your farm, Carlos, we analyze a lot of information from the past. We put it in the algorithm, and that is how we can create a good forecast. Because when you talk about the cities, maybe a lot of cities in Mexico have weather stations, and they are maybe the forecast is not that bad. But when you talk about a farm, you don't have a weather station for 50 years in that place. So what we have to do is to, how do you say interpolación?
I don't even know what that is in Spanish.
Okay. So we make a very, very huge analyze of the data around your farm, and that's how we make it good for you, the information in the farm.
Gotcha. So let's go into specific, because we want to be a little bit quicker. This weekend, we're expecting a heat wave. About a week ago, you guys tweeted, because your company started because your founder was just doing it as a hobby on Twitter, and he became famous. And Jubera tweeted that it might be the hottest day on record. Funny story, I've told some people it's funny how people that live in hot areas like to brag how hot it is where they're from. And people in Hermosillo love to say, and we talk in centigrades, people in Hermosillo love to say, oh, in Hermosillo it gets to 50, which is 122. Oh, it gets to 50, but it's literally never touched 50 in the city of Hermosillo. The record is 49.5, so 121 Fahrenheit. But it looked a week ago that it could get to 50 for the now to actually be true and get to 50. But I think that's changed. It's still, we're still expecting a heat wave that is pretty intense, but it's not a record high anymore. What it's looking like, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. We are going to have like this really big heat wave that is actually affecting the central Mexican area. Then this heat wave is moving to the north, to the Hermosillo area to Baja California. And that's why we're going to have like very high temperatures, like really getting closer to breaking the record from Hermosillo. So yeah, we're going to have like really close to 122 degrees for the next days. Some areas of Hermosillo, it could be a little bit cooler, but yeah, we're going to have like very hot temperatures. And actually, let me share some pictures, some images of the weather forecasting web that we have for you.
I'm gonna make you the host. Here you
Okay.
go.
Okay.
All right, you're the host now.
Thank you. Okay, so can you see the image here?
Yeah.
Well, actually, we have here the heat wave for the next few days. And in this image, we can see there are some areas on our Hermosillo in Sonora. Those red boxes are showing the high-risk areas of affected agriculture, which is Costa de Hermosillo, Pesqueira, Carbó, Valle de Guaymas, and there is a lot of a small area, low-risk area in the north, in Caborca, which they are expecting 115 degrees. So we are gonna see right now here the impacts we are expecting for those red boxes areas, which is high risk area, possible dehydration of grape clusters due to hot winds and low relativity humidity. And low risk area is possible dehydration only in the foliage if irrigation is not adjusted. So those areas could have a really high risk impact because of the heat wave. And as you can see, this small box, we have the forecast for the next few days. On Friday in Hermosillo, Valle de Guaymas area, we are expecting 45 degrees, which is like around 114 Fahrenheit. So as you can see, we are gonna reach close to 50 degrees in some areas, but the most important thing, it will be just in the middle of the state, which is like Hermosillo located. North area, south area, also to the east of Guaymas, getting closer to the mountains, where the humidity from the Gulf of California is not reaching right now. So this is the major impact we are going to expect for the next few days. And long-range forecasts is showing that the temperature will continue until the first rain starts from the season. That will be expecting, we're going to expect the rain almost for the first week or second week of July. So we still have many days of higher temperatures for all the state of Hermosillo, state of Sonora. As you can see, is almost 95% of the state above 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 108, 40 degrees Celsius, which is around 108 Fahrenheit. So almost 95% of the state is going to be affected for this huge heat wave that is affecting areas of central Mexico.
Well, that's pretty intense. And then I saw on your last one that you were talking about that it'll stay hot. Not this heat wave is more of a Friday to Monday thing, but then you're saying it's still gonna stay hot, or not as a heat wave hot, but a normal Hermosillo hot.
Right.
Around 40 until
Right.
until the first rains, which you're expecting, which is monsoon. We call monsoon season, which you're expecting to happen when?
On the first week of July.
All right, and that is in what area? Because that's important to note. So
yeah,
the rain starts north of Hermosillo.
Well, actually, the monsoon will start almost the first week or second week of July, but for Pesqueira and Carbó area. And just let me tell you, this is kind of a little bit late at the start of the season. So because everything is staying just south of Mexico area, actually there has been 3 years of this drought that has been affected because of La Nina. And now we are start to change to El Nino, and the effects is going to be like kind of little late. So that's why we're going to see those huge clouds of thunderstorms just from the east side of Hermosillo around first week or second week of July.
And then when do you expect the rains to start in the coast of Hermosillo?
That will be kind of in the middle or late of July.
And in Caborca?
As soon as the moisture is moving from the south to the north, it will take around 3 or 4 weeks, probably by the end of July or first week of August. So that will take a little bit more of time, and it will depend on the high pressure. There's a high pressure in the central Mexico area that is moving to the north. And once it moves to a specific area that will help the moisture to go north, that's why we want to have the rain season starting a little bit late to Caborca area.
Yeah, Juera told me the other day there's a chance that there's not going to be any rain at all till August in Caborca. That's what he told me.
That's right.
But you guys were really good, but that can change also in a hurry. So I'm hoping that you're right. Well, I don't want to make this too long. I really want to thank you for everything. I don't know if you have any questions, Mike.
No, I think everything was very clear. It sounds like we use their equipment at Grupo Alta.
At Grupo Alta, and a lot of farmers, and not only I would say that more than 50% of the farms in Hermosillo now hire your services, no? And let's make a commercial while we're at it, Charlie, just in case. You guys are also doing some weather prediction in the U.S. now in the San Joaquin Valley in Georgia, I think he told me. I know that you have some customers that we've introduced you to in Chile and in Peru also. So you guys are really growing, and we're very proud to call you a Sonora Mexican company. I'm very proud of it. To be part of it, because I think we were literally your first customer in all of in the first farm in the world that was your customer. Actually, Global Met didn't even exist. Your founder used to work for Grupo Alta as a weather predictor.
Exactly.
So we're very proud of what you guys have achieved, and continue up the good work. Try to keep the rains away, and as much as you can. Me and Charlie, we kid a lot that he always tells me, because he's a very Catholic person, and when I tell him, hey, cancel the rain, and then he says, how many Hail Marys and Our Fathers do you offer to make it go away? All right, guys, so thank you. Take it away with a song, Charlie. Come on. Take it away.
In the shallow, in the shallow.